Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to Eyes to See Tarot and your freestyle general read for the upcoming weeks ahead. I know, I just did, y'all. I actually woke up wanting to do Taurus, but the cards I pulled were actually Aquarius and Sagittarius, so lean not to your own understanding. Hey. All right. Okay. So, to start this off, like I said, this is not a love and relationships reading, but if it does come out, I'll be sure to let you know. With the Sun in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. As an overall energy, Aquarius, something's happening. Something's moving. Let's see what it is. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. But it's happening with an inner peace. Now, despite how these cards look, the Sun being the most optimistic card in the whole tarot deck, even if it's in reverse, I like to depict it as the world doesn't revolve around you, right? Because that's just what comes to mind, but that's just how I read it. And the Hierophant it's either a teaching or a committed relationship, or even why does divorce? It's also divorce that comes to mind. Not knowing what you're talking about. This is, my mind is so much louder than the cards, I swear. Justice in reverse. So that's 3 out of 3 major arcana, all in the reverse. There's something being left out. Okay, so you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, basically. It's good. It's good in essence. It's really, really good in essence. It's a good grasp, right? It's a positive innovation. It's a move forward. It's prosperity. It is childlike with the Six of Cups. Remember how the Six of Cups came out? It's childlike. Pure. It's pure intentions, but with a part of the building block left out, you could be losing people. I think that there's a possibility that there's a communication. There's an issue with communication. Now, with the Hierophant in reverse and Justice in reverse, like I was saying, it's like you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so, but you do. I mean, you do in essence, but there's this one little piece that's just going to turn it and make the whole Rubik's Cube kind of fit. Does that make any sense? And you might know it. You know, you might be, but I don't see the High Priestess here. You know, you might know, there's a possibility you might know it, but you're not saying it, right? But I'm going to just go ahead and lean towards the idea that there's something very, very important that you're leaving out. Okay, if I go to explain something in layman's terms, right? But it's been so long since I was a layman. That sounds so silly. So long that since I was a layman, I'm going to forget that, or I've been doing it for so long, I'm skipping step 2, which is an imperative step to get to step 3, but I've learned how, through being a professional at it, I've learned how to skip over step 2, but in order for me to understand it and comprehend it the way that I comprehend it, I did utilize step 2 in the beginning. I hope I'm covering these bases correctly. Bottom of the deck, it's the Princess of Wands. It's the Prince of Wands, Page of Wands in reverse. This is a miscommunication, a lack of communication. Something's being left out of the message. Okay, now with that being said, we have the basis of our reading. Thought about it sometime last night about going ahead and picking up some past energies because my reads seem to be in the future. I might be losing a couple of y'all before you even get to it, right? So you're still going on in with no armor. Let's see if this deck has anything else to say. Nothing. You? Maybe you. Okay. Ten of Wands. Okay, so burdensome. But not here. Like, the Ten of Wands isn't depicted as somebody is carrying the wands. It's depicted as crossed wires. We're getting our wires crossed. Okay, so I keep going in a circular motion. I'm going to go ahead and pull a deck to clarify, right? Let's hold that sideways. Put you there. Where do I want to dig in? Spirit, can I please have some past energies that has led Aquarius here, please? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. The Ten of Cups in reverse and Temperance in reverse. Okay. All right. So right off the jump, I feel compelled to tell you, I have Libra, Leo, Taurus, and Sagittarius. The Temperance in reverse, right, is a impatience. I am impatient. I am fed up. I'm not happy. I'm losing patience. Right? It's like, I dare to say a nagging wife or husband. I want to liken it more to being followed around by a 3-year-old. But the cards are not leaning that way. So, Ten of Cups in reverse. Temperance in reverse. And Temperance, like you said, Temperance is depicted like the Two of Cups, right, in the reverse. But there's definitely an imbalance of some sort, a cross communication, a lack of communication. It's not a lack of trying. It's not a lack of trying, Aquarius. There is communication. There's communication coming through. I do see there's not a lack of trying. It's an inability to comprehend. It's an inability to understand what is being said. Now, whether that be by you or by the affected party or the party in question, there is some cross wires. There's a failure to communicate, right? So let's dig a little bit deeper. I want to know, why do I have more Ten of Pentacles too? Okay, so it also, wow, the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Temperance in reverse. It could be causing a lack of money. I had this, I had another epiphany last night. It's like, okay, so if I made $10 an hour, right? And I worked 100 hours a week. I have successfully created my check, right? But my bills amass to a certain amount, right? What is actually my net worth? So I could be making $4 million a year, but if I'm spending $3.5 million, I only make $500,000. Does that make any sense? the Ten of Pentacles in this, it's not, I'm going to say it again. I said it last reading. It's something is not sustainable. Something is not sustainable long term. It's not snowballing or growing. It's kind of just staying still. You understand? Okay, how would I communicate that? How would I get... I want to know... Knight of Wands. Okay, so that's the second time I've seen family, because if you look right here in that man's hand, you'll see like silhouettes. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Right, you'll see the silhouettes up here, right here, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. You'll see the silhouettes of family, right? Like the little stick figures behind the SUVs and stuff. Here, he is also holding very, very little people in the palm of his hand, right? It's the little people. They don't understand. They're not comprehending, right? What is... Okay, so there's a message that I'm trying to convey. I'm an Aquarius. I'm not an Aquarius. I'm Taurus, but as the Aquarius, I am trying to convey a message very politely, very matter-of-factly, very common-sensically, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that's a word. Those poor people that write the messages at the bottom of the screen. But it just seems to be going over their head. They don't comprehend. You're feeling probably a little bit disrespected, maybe. It's a possibility that you could be feeling a little bit disrespected. Let's dig into the Ten of Cups. No, I didn't shuffle this deck, but I think it's always funny to go ahead and check what the bottom of the deck says before I start picking it up. The Ten of Cups in the upright, depicted by a genie. Here we go. Can you tell me more about the person that Aquarius is dealing with, please? Tell me a little bit more about the person that Aquarius is dealing with. Spirit, can you come down and get in my belly? The Magician in reverse. Okay, so the person that you're dealing with, it's a possibility... Wow. Okay, so right off the jump, I'm thinking reverse manifestation. I'm thinking bringing or allowing negativity or holes in my boat. I'm thinking that, right? I'm thinking it's unintentional because I keep likening or I keep getting the impression that they're younger, that they are children, that they are somebody you're kind of supposed to be protecting. But then I see this little, he's got his eye on that money, boy. He's focused. He's focused on that coin, right? They care more about money. But then I see the stick, right? I see that stick in his hand. And a little bit aggressive. But not only that, they could possibly be really only concerned with money and intimacy things, right? But then I see that they've only got one finger in the emotion, right? Like, it's almost like they're really not difficult to please, but they kind of do have their set standards, and anything that falls short of those standards, well, that's not what I want, right? And then I also see, you see this sword? He's ready to stab somebody with it. That reiterates okay, reiterates the fact that they're probably a little bit aggressive too. And sometimes that is exactly the hole that our things fall through. They said what if your worth was based on the amount or level of safety a person felt in your presence, right? What if your worth was based on the amount of safety a person felt in your presence? Anyway, the Page of Swords, right? They seem to be seeking the truth also. Like they are desperately looking for answers. Whatever that is, they're looking for answers. But with their baseline being the Magician in reverse, I'm thinking that they're not looking for the end-all be-all answer. I don't think they're looking for the unequivocal truth. They're just looking at where their interest, the truth in what surrounds where their interest lies. Does that make any sense? I don't like having this conversation with... They are probably putting on a show, because I see all these shadows in the background, kind of like an audience. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not... Oh, shit. Shit. Okay. All right. All right. So with the Two of Cups in reverse and the Devil right here, it's not like they give as much as they get. It's not like they reciprocate what they get from you. It's not like they care to. It's not like they care for you the same way you care for them. It's not like they're very... not sneaky. I'm not going to say sneaky, but that devil is the sneakiest devil I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at him sneaking. Could be a Capricorn you're dealing with. I don't see that there's an equal amount of give and take, right? I see that they are doing things under the radar, right? King of Cups in reverse, also probably a bit emotionally manipulative or not really in control of their emotions. They kind of tend to allow their emotions to overtake them, which probably is what is blocking the communication. If I refuse to hear what you're saying because I'm defensive or because I have an ulterior motive or an agenda, or my focus is not even in the same realm as your focus, then it's going to fall on deaf ears, because if my goal isn't really your goal, then it's not going to... I don't... Bruh. Okay. I want to dig a little bit deeper. Okay, the Seven of Cups in the reverse right here, it's like, it's almost like you're starting to see that, though. Right now, what are we going to do about it? Oh. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, look. Okay. Look, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Okay, so what are we going to do about it? It hurts. It hurts. because we've invested so much energy and so much time for them to just be like that. And not only are they like that, we kind of saw that they were like that already. We did. We just, I don't know, hope is a killer, you know, when it comes to things. Expectation is a killer when it comes to things. There's just, okay. So it does hurt. This is, look, this is the biggest, bestest spread of internal truths, prosperity, coming to terms, making moves forward while still sitting in this. Okay, so I am ending something. I am. Or it's being ended. In my head, this is over. This is enough. Enough is enough, right? This can't go any further. This has to stop. I still feel very, very connected to it, so I have to go in and kind of take an introspection, right? I have to look at it, like really, really inspect it for what it is, because what is actually going on? Why is my voice so small? Why is my voice? I let you talk. Why are my needs so unimportant? I'm the one doing all the work. Why are my needs really not being met? I made sure every one of yours was met to excess. But when you start being a little bit honest, the Seven of Swords in reverse is usually about rectifying a situation or stopping with the deception, self-deception included, right? And then I become the little bit more balanced. Then I'm able to see the truth. Then, and another card of balance, all these major arcana. This is big. This is big for you, Aquarius. Whatever is going on is very, very big. It's very, very profound. It's, I would say, when you question, what did I do to deserve this, or what did I do to attract this into my life, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should just be grateful that you did attract it into your life, because learning a lesson that is this size, right, is spectacular. It's spectacular. There is a reason. There is a reason. There's a reason to promote that balance emotionally and within your internal self, right? But then when the movement starts to happen past the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, right? Past this Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is caused by a need for the Hermit to go ahead and look at this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse are the overlying energies that kind of manifest into the Ten of Swords for you. Now, whether it's just thought, there's some ingredients that have to go in for these kind of thinking to start happening, right? Okay, so I'm done. I take a really good look at myself and what is not working, right? I stop lying to myself, or stop pulling the wool over my own eyes. I stop with that behavior, because that behavior is just kind of pipelining straight back to me, right? It's not really going anywhere. I'm not really manipulating anybody. I'm just kind of signing an invisible contract to allow something bigger than me to do the same exact thing to me, right? The same way with me trying to explain and trying to explain and trying to explain and trying to explain. I'm signing this invisible contract that's allowing something bigger than me to do the same thing to me, right? Now, what I can choose to accept or not to accept is to be humbly empathetic for the message that's being conveyed instead of being so focused and concerned with what I want as opposed to what's being requested of me or being asked of me, right? Because I have the power to change that. With the acceptance of that information, I can start to balance that, right? I can start to balance, and this is crazy, because with the Ace of Swords coming out, and Temperance, and the Strength, right, on either side, I'm balancing more than just one aspect. It's amazing. The truth shall set you free kind of thing, right? So, and then we can marinate on it, because the Empress is a card of, it's also like fruitful, pregnancies, gestation, abundance, things like that. But right now I'm seeing a gestation period where the flow is, I'm done. I stop lying to myself about it. I tell myself the truth. The balance happens, internally, emotionally, and mentally. And then I go ahead and I play with it. I practice with it, right? I make sure that the clay has dried before I put water and flowers in it, right? Does that make any sense? There has to be a gestation period where this thing, this information, this soul truth, this paved path in front of me solidifies before I can walk on it. Don't want to leave, footprints. Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands. These are two cards of action. Then I can put it into action. Okay, that's what it means for you, Aquarius. So, all right. Do I have any advice? Do I have any advice for my Aquarius, please? We got where you at. We got your person. We got the road ahead. Now can we go ahead and get some advice? Advice for my Aquarius, please. Can I have some advice for my... No. Hey. Walk like you own the place. Lead by example. It looks like the horse is judging you, though. Look how he's looking back at you, side-eyeing you, like, what the fuck? Why are you celebrating? I'm the one carrying you. All proud and stuff, sitting up there. I'm the one doing all the work. Anyway. Oh, and the Ten of Pentacles, right? Celebrate, focus on what you've accomplished. And the Seven of Wands. Okay, so this guy obviously has the higher ground, right? You have the higher ground, Anakin. So the Six and Seven of Wands, it's a progression, right? I have this thing. God grant me the wisdom to get what I want. No, God bless me, to get what I want and the wisdom to keep it, right? I can't preach to you anymore. I have to do it for myself. I'm tired of trying to get you to understand. So if my right eye offends me, pluck it out. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to celebrate my victories. I'm going to do what it takes to get this amassment, right? To support it, to encourage it, to continue it doing what it's supposed to be doing and defend it, right? That's your advice. That's all I have for you, Aquarius, and we are going on 30 minutes, so I will see you in a couple of weeks. Until then, thanks for stopping by at Eyes to See Tarot.